Steel built gym. Let's try this again. So I apologize for last week. We'll do leg extensions again. So something happened where when we recorded the video, everything came back and looked well, but then when I posted the video, the volume was gone. So we have reevaluated. I have paid for my computer to be fixed and cleaned and got some new equipment. So hopefully we are back in business and everything's good. But logo, Steel Built Gym. So today we're going to talk about leg extensions. Sometimes back in the day they used to call this a bad lift because people were ending up with knee injuries. The problem that they were having with this lift is that they weren't doing it correctly. They were putting their knees in really horrible positions. The machines that they were using at the time kind of bent your leg over this thing, so it was just really dangerous because of what they were doing. So if you put yourself in a bad position, and then to add on to that bad position you use way too much weight, you're going to tear your knees up. You're going to have issues. So let me show you how to do this where you don't end up doing that. I love the leg extension. It's great for your quads. Depending on how you angle your foot, and I'll show you when we get there, is depending on how you angle your foot is how your quad is going to get hit. So you have an outer sweep, you have the teardrop, which is that little funky thing that people want to, bodybuilders really love to see, and then on top of that you have this big mass that we're going to work. So the thing that I love about this is that you can do this either independently, where I'm just working that out. So here's my quad. This is the outer sweep. This is the teardrop that we're talking about. When we're doing this, we're trying to get full extension. You'll see some people load these things up with way too much weight, and they do this. That you're not working anything. You're trying to show off your ego lifting, and ego lifting doesn't build great big muscles. May get you a little bit stronger, but chances are you're just going to end up being injured rather than anything else. So this one, you can't quite see it as well, but this is the quad that I tore, so you wouldn't be able to see it that well anyway. But I can do that. What I love about this as well is that sometimes when I'm really trying to get a quick, fast workout, I'm not just doing independent one leg at a time. I'll do my one leg at a time, then I'll hit both legs. Now, when we're doing this, we want to point those toes back, almost like we're trying to touch our shin bones with our toes. That's going to activate that quad. If you're just doing it like this, you're not activating your quad. That's not tightening up. Even if you just do it like this, you can feel that quad, and you can see my quad flex. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to flex that muscle. We're trying to work out that muscle. Depending on how I turn my foot, if I turn it out that way, or if I turn it in this way, you can see more of the quad, and I can feel where I'm working out. So if I'm straight up like this, I'm dealing with the whole of the quad. If I turn it a little bit, I'm working that outside sweep. If I turn it inside, I'm working that teardrop. Depending on what you need, where you see yourself lacking, that's what you want to try and work out. Always work those weak muscles. Do those exercises that you love to do because they're fun. The exercises that we all love are the easiest ones for us. Some people have great benches. That's what they like to do. Some people, whatever your strength is, that's the exercise that you're going to like, but try to do all those exercises that make you weak. Those tiny exercises that you don't like are going to strengthen the whole. If I'm trying to get a big bench, I don't just want to do bench press. I want to hit those assisting muscles so that I'm stronger over the whole, and that will raise up my bench. Same thing with this. This is more of a finesse. You can go really heavy with this, no lie. But try to work this out just like you would like a concentration curl for your biceps. But what I'm trying to do is get in that work. I'm trying to feel that flex. Go full extension. Try and do full range of motion. You want to do full range of motion with every exercise that you can. If you're not getting that great pump. You won't get stronger. You'll get superficially stronger. You'll look stronger, but you won't get better. So, we've done our leg extensions. Now this is the part where we usually get into scripture, and I'm not going to change that now. So, we're in Jeremiah, and we're going to read 4 through 8. The Lord gave me this message. I know you before I formed you in your mother's womb. Before you were born, I set you apart and appointed you as my prophet to the nations. O sovereign Lord, I said, I can't speak for you. I'm too young. The Lord replied, Don't say I'm too young, for you must go wherever I send you, and say whatever I tell you. And don't be afraid of the people, for I will be with you and will protect you. I, the Lord, have spoken. I chose this one because there's so much good stuff in this scripture. For one, God knows us before we even existed. He had a plan for your life before you knew anything was going to happen. So no matter how you feel, if you're depressed, no matter where you are in life at this moment, God knew you were going to be here. I don't care if you're an alcoholic, if you're a drug user, if you're having issues with something. God knew that you were going to come across this, and He knew how to get you out of it. And that's amazing to me. And not just that, but He also talks about being with you. So the Lord replied to me, Don't say I'm too young, for you must go wherever I send you, and say whatever I tell you. And don't be afraid of the people, for I will be with you and will protect you. I, the Lord, have spoken. So even though, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when I get in a position where I think the Lord's telling me to do something, I don't always have the strength to do that. And I fear that. I fear that, as a youth, even some Christianity, it was hard because you were worried about what people were going to say, what people were going to think about what you were doing. And that's tough. It's tough to go up against our peers and know what they're going to say and what they're going to do. And have that feeling that I'm going to be ostracized or picked on or hurt because of something that I'm doing that I think is right. But God's going to be with you through that. No matter what happens with you, He's going to talk you through it. He's going to let you know what you should be doing and what you need to do. And He's going to be there the whole time that He's having you do it. So don't be afraid to do anything. You literally are this blank canvas who can build anything on it that you want to. You are perfect in His eyes. Or if you're not perfect now, He has a way to make you that way. So don't fear. Alright, so I'm going to do another one in a couple of days since this was kind of a reshoot. So hopefully I catch everybody, and thank you all for being here with this journey with me. And as always, have a great day and let God be your guide.